I remember the initial talks with Guus Lemmers about this unique project, merging two sister jackup rigs with a new build pontoon in between featuring a 2,000-ton crane. From the beginning I believed in this project and started selling it internally. It suits Damen Shipyards Rotterdam perfectly. A technically challenging project, large scale, one of a kind, requiring a partnership approach based on mutual trust. After Petrodec sanctioned the project and an intensive tendering period, the parties reached a contractual agreement and the project actually began. Today, a significant operation has been successfully completed. The jackups Galaxy 2 and 3 have been merged with a new midsection and together form the 6-legged heavy lift decommissioning jackup called Obana.
We have developed the Obana based on a principle that we have been requested by our client Perenco to develop a heavy lift tool to remove all the topsides and jackets from Perenco UK, and also with the potential to work for third parties going forward. Therefore, we have looked at different opportunities, lifting with shear legs, lifting with heavy lift vessels, and we came to the conclusion where we are looking for a unit where we would like to build a big shear leg based on a jackup, because all the topsides and jackets need to be prepared offshore before you can lift it and take it apart, because they're built in blocks over all those years, because the majority of those topsides and jackets are about 40 to 50 years old. And you can't lift them just like that anymore. They are connected with cables and with piping. They've been modified over the time. So they have to be removed in special blocks. Effectively, a single lift is not possible.
The Obana concept started end of 2021. We all had a rough idea and we worked it out in-house. We've pitched the idea to the owners and they gave us green light to go ahead for initial verification by a third party to check our plan and our ideas. So for the Obana to succeed, we relied heavily on having two identical jackups. Naturally, that is a challenge, because in general, jackups are not built in series and especially not in an identical manner. The company already had one jackup available, so we had to find a second jackup of the same sort, and we were extremely fortunate to find one. But it was available at the scrapyard in Denmark.
When we were looking at one of the rigs available in Denmark, but there was also another vessel laying in the yard, and we looked at that opportunity to see what is this rig, where it's coming from, and then apparently it was the Galaxy 2. Meanwhile, Dickstone already purchased the Galaxy 3, and they were developed in Singapore in together as a twin sister jackup, because they have the same jacking system, the same hull size. So we looked at the model and said, okay, why don't we weld them together and put a big crane on it? So at least we got a jackup, deck space and craneage. And that's effectively how we start developing the Obana. And then we did some studies which made it feasible effectively to work it out, and that's what it is today. Of course, we didn't have a name at the time, and we called it the Elephant in the beginning. But we reached out to the owner and said, okay, we need a name for it. So we came with all kinds of names and we selected the names, but the owner decided, so no, it needs to be the Obana. So that's how the Obana effectively was born.
One of the first major milestones was to transport one of the jackups to the Rotterdam area. That was immediately followed by transporting one of the other jackups to the Rotterdam area. After that, we merged the two jackups together and we started the reactivation of the two units in parallel to the construction of the midship pontoon in Dubai. In January 2023, we signed a contract with Dubai Dry Docks. In the end, the midship pontoon was delivered on the 21st of September 2024. The midship pontoon arrived on the 8th of November, 1 month before the dry dock window. That was quite an achievement. Since we had 1 month spare just before the dry dock opening, we decided to initiate the phase 1 of the crane installation. The efforts of Mammoet and our own team, we managed to install the machinery house and the 2 tower sections of the 2,000 tons crane ahead of the dry docking. Finally, on the 13th of December, we were ready, all our assets, to enter the dry dock. It took us 3 days to position the assets together in such a way that the shipyard was ready to empty the dry dock and to set down all the assets on the dock blocks.
After pre-positioning 3 units into Europe's biggest dry dock, we started to move the 3 units together by using of hydraulic jacks. The actual merging started after we created 4 new passageway and multiple reinforcements. Approximately 500 metric ton steel have been integrated by the yard, including the integration of the 2 new cranes and the main boom rest support. Further, we facilitated the piping interface between the 3 units to make sure that all services were seamless connected together.
The Obana, the weight will be approximately 49,000 tons. But to build it, we only added 8,000 tons of steel. The idea we had was to reclaim as much material as possible that we could find in the world.
The project also included a big painting program, external and internal. After undocking, we continued supporting and assisting Petrodec by completing Obana for a successful operation after it leaves the yard. In total, we spent over 500,000 man-hours without any lost time incidents.
Damen Shipyards Rotterdam is proud and grateful of the given trust by Petrodec. Together, in good harmony, a piece of history has been written.